This is a true story about the life-changing event I experienced when I was 20 years old. My name is Emily. That year, I was just 20, thinking I was living the dream so many young girls longed for. A husband, a little cozy home, and our first baby growing inside me day by day. But no one ever told me that dreams can also become nightmares. We got married after just 8 months of a whirlwind romance. Daniel, my husband, was handsome, gentle, and had a stable job. My mother once told me, "Don't trust someone just because they have a kind smile." But I didn't listen. I saw him pray every morning, read the Bible every night, and go to church with me every Sunday. I truly believed he was the one God had sent me. 3 months after the wedding, I got pregnant. Everything seemed normal. Until that one fateful afternoon. I was folding clothes in our bedroom when Daniel's phone lit up on the table. Some instinct, or maybe it was God whispering, told me to check it. I wasn't the snooping type, but this time I picked up the phone. A message popped up. "I miss you from last night. Your scent is still on my pillow." I froze. My hands trembled, blood rushed to my head. I opened the conversation. Passionate texts, meet-up plans, photos from a hotel. I couldn't read it all. It was like every word was tearing my heart into shreds. I vomited in the bathroom. My baby inside was too young to understand what was happening, but I did. My husband had betrayed me while I was carrying his child. I went back to my mother's house, said nothing. My mother looked at my tear-stained eyes and only sighed. I locked myself in my room for 3 days. No food, no water, no prayers. Just crying, then laughing, then crying again. One night, I stood in front of the mirror, my face pale, my eyes sunken, my hands wrapped around my belly, my baby still growing each day. And I whispered through tears, "I'm sorry, baby. Mommy doesn't know who she's living for anymore." That night, I took a knife into the bathroom. I didn't want to die. I just wanted the pain to stop. Just 1 minute, 1 cut, 1 second, until a loud voice echoed inside me. "Emily." I startled. There was no one in the room, but that voice, it was clear, gentle, powerful. I dropped the knife and collapsed on the floor, sobbing like never before. For the first time in years, I whispered, "Lord, if you're really there, please save me." 2 days later, I went outside. For the first time. I don't know why, but I boarded a bus heading toward my old church, the one where I used to sing in the children's choir. I didn't plan to go inside. I just sat at the bus stop, curled up like a shadow. An elderly woman sat next to me. She looked at me and gently asked, "You're carrying life inside, but your face looks like death. Are you okay?" I didn't answer. She quietly reached into her coat and pulled out a small card. Without saying anything else, she placed it in my hand and walked away. On the card was written, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope." Jeremiah 29:11. I burst into tears right there at the bus stop. I cried because I knew God was speaking to me. He hadn't forgotten me. He didn't despise me. He saw me, even when I thought the whole world had left me behind. The following week, I began reading the Bible again. Every night. Not to blame God, but to find myself again. To rediscover why I ever believed in Him in the first place. I stopped blaming Daniel. I stopped cursing the other woman. I prayed for them because I realized forgiveness is the key God gives us to unlock healing. And I had to do that, not just for me, but for my child. I returned to church. I stood at the back row, my belly growing larger. People stared, whispered, but I no longer feared their eyes, because I knew who was watching me from heaven. One Sunday morning, the pastor asked, "Who here has ever felt worthless? Who has ever believed they were beyond forgiveness?" I raised my hand, shaking. He pointed at me and said, "Jesus Christ died for people just like you. And he rose again, so you could live." I collapsed, weeping like a child. The congregation prayed over me. I didn't know exactly what was happening, but I felt as something change. The hole in my heart, gone. The darkness, gone. Only love remained. Peace. And life. Now, I am a single mother. My son, Caleb, was born healthy. His eyes are clear, like he carries light from heaven. I don't have a husband, but I have God, and I know I am loved. I share my story at schools, women's groups, and online. Not to complain, but to say one simple truth. No matter how much pain you carry, no matter how betrayed or worthless you feel, Jesus is still waiting for you to save you just like he saved me. If you're reading this and thinking of giving up, please don't. If you're drowning in sorrow, betrayal, depression, remember, Jesus sees you. He saw me when I was screaming in the bathroom, when I stood trembling at that bus stop, when I opened the Bible with hands soaked in tears. He saw me, and he saved me. He will save you too.